Lloyd Hill attempts to shoot Niagara's turbulent rapids. Youngest member of the Hill family, which has time and again attempted to outwit Niagara, he is swept along within his metal barrel through the churning waters. There he is, center screen, twisted and tossed, his barrel hammered by rocks which threaten to split it open. Hill passes through the worst of the rapids safely before he is caught in an eddy and has to be towed ashore. Then, ironically, he breaks his leg while stepping out of his barrel. A stretcher is lowered to lift the injured daredevil from the inaccessible rocks below. A freak accident ends the latest attempt to conquer Niagara's rapids, as after nightfall, Major Hill finally reaches the top. Before the House Foreign Affairs Committee, General Marshall explains his support of military aid to Europe.
The only solution that I see is to establish a firm front. And the more resolute the front, the more effective it will be. And the propaganda efforts to convey that this is an aggressive front, of course, are pure propaganda.
Asked how well he thinks the Russians are doing in the Cold War, Marshall replies,
They did pretty well, maybe not so well in the end, but of course they have an immense advantage. I think it's a dangerous advantage and a temporary advantage. In the 12 men decide what to do, and they don't sit here like I am and have 12 others questioning me on why I'm doing it or whether I'll be allowed to do it. They go ahead and do it. I think in the end they destroy themselves. But doing that procedure as to propaganda, as to press, as to public reactions, everything is controlled. Well, that builds up a very powerful line of action. But I think it generally destroys itself. The only thing is sometimes it takes some time to do it. And as in the case of Germany and Hitler, it destroyed a good bit of the world while it was doing it.
In Fossberg, British zone Germany, military ceremonies honor the 70 airmen killed in action in the Cold War, heroes of the mighty airlift and of its amazing victory over the Berlin blockade. American and British air commanders take the salute as the three Western allies pay tribute. In the vast airlift, now folding its wings, the U.S. Navy played an important role. The RAF partners too. The airlift preserved 2.5 million lives for more than a year.
She's looking for a job, Pat is, and she's dressed for it, too. Tastefully, not expensively. Beth, the receptionist, wears a smart wool dress with a zippered plunge neckline. She can see that Pat's pin dot jersey, Peter Pan collar, and side-swept beret make her a likely candidate. So Pat gets a come on in from the boss's secretary. It's the big moment. The boss herself, yes, we said herself, is wearing a wine wool dress with a standing dandy collar. Like all the girls' styles, it's by Henry Rosenfeld. Pat makes the grade. She's greeted by Diana and Terry, her new office mates in this drama of full employment. And Diana's tweedy wool plaid draws a stenographic salute! Exclamation point, end quote. Price tags on these office fashions run from $25 down to $12.95. They not only look nice to us, they're a good investment. How's that again, Pat? In Miami, Florida, even the dogs put on the dog. Penelope the poodle powders up for her appearance in Miami's 3rd American Kennel Club licensed show. This swank beauty contest is open to all breeds, and it's one place where a Chihuahua can tell off a Great Dane. The parade of finalists begins. There are many fine specimens here, and it's tough to pick the winners. A proud Pekingese, Tampa 3rd, is chosen best of breed. But a pair of canine kibitzers named Herman and Hortense aren't in the least impressed. The king of English bulls almost loses his crown, while Herman and Hortense stare their disapproval. Here's the best of show named Stockdale and Howe. Herman and Hortense think he's okay, but, well...
en route to cover a different story, Warner Pathe News cameraman Frank Vale heard an explosion, arrived at the scene ahead of the firemen, and made these spectacular exclusive pictures of San Francisco's worst fire in years. Roaring up from the first blast, the blaze begins in a big paint factory, then rages on to a lumber. Firefighters can do no more than protect nearby property. The paint factory is gutted, the other two plants nearly destroyed.